So guys, I'm back with you with another video today, and we're going to be talking about leopard gecko health. So let's get started. So one of the big issues on leopard gecko health is their temperature that they're kept at, and metabolic, I can't pronounce it, bone disease. You know, I pronounced it good enough. But to prevent the bone disease, you're going to need calcium powder, and you're going to need to make sure you use the calcium powder and make sure they have enough calcium powder to prevent this disease. It can be common. Another problem is you can get leopard geckos with something called enigma syndrome, and the problem with that is your leopard geckos will just crawl around the tank, and you can compare it to similar stuff in humans like ADHD. It's just where your leopard geckos are always on the go and they're going to require more care. It's not deadly, but you're going to have to give them a little bit more care. I do have an enigma leopard gecko, but she does not have the enigma disease. As you can see, I'll show you here. Just because you have an enigma doesn't mean they're going to have that disease. You can see mine is perfectly content, just under her hide, chilling out on her heat pad. She's not just a normal leopard gecko thing, just like Spot. Another thing is a leopard gecko's tail. You're going to want to always make sure that they have enough nutrients and that they always have a nice big tail, and you don't want to make them fat. Once they start getting fat, you'll be able to tell around their front arms, around the back of them. They'll get kind of pudgy, and they'll get rolls. But their tail should be pretty thick compared to their body. A nice thick tail is what you want. Feed them every day, like you pretty much like your dog. You need to feed it. Leopard geckos, you need to feed at least once a day. Blizzard, I'll feed her 7 to 10 mealworms a day. Spot, he eats crickets or superworms. And I will show you their tails now. Blizzard here has a nice fat tail. You can see. Spot is back there. You can kind of see the outline of his tail back there, but I'm not going to mess with him. You want to help prevent your geckos from getting any kind of sinus infections or a respiratory system problem. If they do, like start sneezing all the time and kind of get snotty, then you just take them to the vet and get some antibiotics for them to help them better themselves. You need to always make sure your leopard geckos have water, and not only water, it needs to be distilled water, or you need to take Reptisafe and put it in your reptile's water to keep the chlorine out of the water that can hurt your reptiles. So you always want to make sure your leopard geckos have a moist hide, so they can go in there whenever they're shedding, and it helps them to get the shed off a lot easier. The moisture does, and they go in there and rub on that moss and etc., and it pulls that dead skin off really easily. Another thing is with shedding, you're going to want to make sure that around the gecko's eyes and feet the shed comes completely off, because if it stays on their feet, it can cut the circulation off and their toes will fall off, which you do not want. Also, something else is you're going to want to make sure that the leopard gecko's hot side stays warm for it all the time, so it can just go over there whenever it wants to and chill out, stay warm. That's where Blizzard and Spot are both on their hot sides right now, where their heat pads are. And you don't really want to use a heat lamp to heat them, because leopard geckos take in heat through their stomach instead of basking. So you're going to want to make sure that they can lay on that heat pad and stay warm. Leopard geckos are mostly nocturnal, so don't stay up with a light on your geckos all night long, because that's going to mess up their internal biological clock, and it's just they're not going to be as active and as healthy if you don't let them go out at night in the solid dark and just kind of wander around. So that's it for this video, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and smash that bell button down below. Hope you guys liked the video. See you guys next time.